Hey everybody, it's Andarta again. I am now streaming live from my home since we are actually at stay at home at this point across the entire state of Colorado, which I think was a good call, and I've been waiting for that to happen. I've just been getting a lot of information in the past since last week when I did a live session, and so I just wanted to touch bases with all of you. I do a daily draw on my Facebook page, but then I also did a meditation last night with the new moon that was also with a micro new moon, and I was asking some additional questions on what exactly we all need to be focusing on, what are the things that we need to know, and so I just wanted to talk with you about that for a few minutes. The first thing that I wanted to address is that this is not a supernatural disaster. This is just a natural thing. This is not some deity that is trying to punish us in some way. This is showing how much we are interconnected with our planet. And it sucks. It's horrible. I understand that. But that's also just part of living on this planet. And we cannot pretend that we live in a bubble away from, nature, from different animals and plants and how we are all connected in that way. So I just wanted to talk about that. And it's also... this is not a race thing, and that's another thing that's really been disturbing me is that there have been a lot of racist, comments and criticisms and things like that. This is way beyond any type of race at all whatsoever. This is a human thing. This is a human thing, once again, reinforcing that we are part of this planet. And so the more type of hatred that keeps getting promoted with this, the more it's going to just keep on dividing people. And it's also just, it's not helping any at all whatsoever. It's negative energy, negative words, negative thoughts, only promote more negativity. And so that's sort of moving on to my next thing. Now, I know it's very difficult to think positive thoughts and, think about unicorns, farting rainbows, and, all kinds of things like that as far as just being happy when we are stuck in our houses. I understand that. But just something that I want, if everybody can try to do, of trying to send out some positive energy. And it's really interesting. I had two different people contact me today about the same exact thing that I was already told. So it's just really sort of reaffirming that, we are all in this together. We are all needing to work together concerning the healing of this planet, the healing of ourselves. And so a really good thing to help with your focus is having some type of a little altar. And I've talked about this before with, just in general with classes. I've had altar classes and things like that. And it doesn't have to have a big sign that says, "This is my altar." You don't have to, really announce that this is an altar at all. It could just have a simple candle, a white candle, any candle, especially since we're all stuck at home and we really can't get to fancy stores or, things like that. Just use what you have, okay? But the altar should have anything that represents healing to you. And it doesn't matter what your spiritual belief is. You can be Christian, you can be Buddhist, you can be, whatever it is. I am pagan, and so I actually, hi Charlie. I actually have posted on my Andarta page. It's a work in progress, but it's in my notes section on my Andarta page. But I just copied all of the different healing goddesses that I've been researching and just pasted it on there. If you are more inclined towards paganism, or you're just really interested in more of the pagan deities, then check it out. Like I said, if you are, if you already have your spiritual beliefs set and you want to work with those deities, that is perfectly fine. If you've really just been thinking that there's something else out there, or that you're really interested in, some other beings, that, you may connect with, better. Though, and it, like I said, I am not done with my research, so my list will probably grow larger. But there is quite a list. It's about 3 pages, single space so far, of just those are just the healing goddesses. I'm about up to 200 pages with all the different goddesses that I've been researching, but those are different healing goddesses, ancient goddesses from around the world: Sumerian, Japanese, South America, all these different goddesses. So if there is one that when you're reading through it, that you just really feel like, wow, that just really feels like it resonates with me, or maybe it is your heritage that is going to be sort of tapping into that goddess, then, just maybe just having her name. A lot of them I had never even heard of. And, this has been a very humbling experience to me, of researching these deities, because I thought, being a pagan for 25 years, being a high priestess, all this other stuff, that I knew a lot of different goddesses, and oh my gosh, there are so many of them that I had never heard of, and it's very embarrassing to me. And, but I think it is also just that, we are also maybe just a little, predisposed to just studying a few different pantheons, and that's it. So feel free to look through them. If one calls to you, you could just maybe even just write her name down, or if you can find a picture, because like some of them, like the ancient Sumerian and Babylonian goddesses, are very difficult to find. Sometimes you can find a statue. Like I think that the one picture I put on there was Guta. She was Mesopotamian, and there's actually a statue, a bit of a statue that's still remained. So, and then this also gets into ancestor work. So it's really interesting that I've been getting a lot of, it's like because I'm a clairaudient as well as a clairvoyant. So whenever I would meditate, I would often hear, look to the blood, look to the blood. And I think that that's significant on a few different levels. One, look to your own blood, look to your ancestors. How did your ancestors deal with their pandemics? Because this is not the first time that this world has ever seen a worldwide pandemic, okay? So just looking to see how they may have reacted to that, even going just back to the Spanish flu in 1917, 1918. But I mean, I'm not saying I'm a medievalist, and I am not saying that we need to look at how they dealt with the plague, because they didn't believe in or know about germs back then. So we have science, which, I honestly feel that if your religious beliefs go against science, then maybe there's just something that we need to look at, because, I am always posting scientific articles on my Psychic Healers of Avalon page, because all of the science that I actually look into, it coincides with my spiritual beliefs rather than goes against them. And so that's why I'm very practical. I always tell people that you have to do the mundane as well as the magic. So, you can pray and burn candles all day long, but if you're not washing your hands, then it's sort of, it's not going to work nearly as well, right? But this is looking to our ancestors, looking to what we can learn from the past so that we do not repeat, horrible things that happen in history. And also, looking to our far past, as far as our bloodlines go. Just seeing, okay, so, on my father's side, they, James Reed came from Ireland, and, of course, the whole, potato famine and how they dealt with all of the illnesses there, and just tapping into your ancestors' strengths. Okay, so you can have on your altar candles. You can have any healing deities that you want to call upon. You can have any pictures of ancestors, especially if they may have been, like a nurse or a doctor or something that, you come from. And if you are adopted, then you can still tap into ancestor energy. So don't feel that you can't do this if you are adopted, okay? Is just tapping into your blood once again. And the blood, I also feel it was more my guides as well saying the practical once again, because they have been announcing that there has been, an absolute decrease in the amount of blood that has been donated. And so I think that if you are able to, I know that we're all stuck in the house, but if you are able to go to a blood mobile or someplace to donate some blood when you are able, that I think that would do a lot of good. Okay. So looking to the blood in all different aspects. Okay. And then, there is, like I said, there were a couple of different people that contacted me today about doing some energy work at the same time every night. And I think that is a really good thing to do. It is really good to, and I was seeing, like 7 p.m., Mountain Standard Time or whatever it is. I mean, whatever time you live in, that's fine, or whatever is convenient to you. I mean, I honestly feel that it doesn't really have to be at the exact time of everybody else. But it is, it can bring about a lot of change if it is at the same time. I mean, that's what a lot of group magic really proves, is that when people are together, whether they are physically together or not, if they're doing energy work at the same time, then that can be a major source of energy. Okay. And so there were two things that I really wanted people to try and focus on. One, obviously the healing. Okay, and that's why I was bringing up the healing goddesses, as well as any ancestors and things like that, and also protection. Okay, I don't know exactly what I was dreaming about Friday night into Saturday morning, but I woke up and I was just in almost panic mode, worrying about all of the women and children and animals that are completely isolated with any abusers that they are living with. And I actually have been seeing some posts and things like that about how domestic violence is, obviously going to increase with having, being isolated with any abuser. And so, sending healing around the world to, and just think of it as a ripple effect, starting with your home, because I think that it's really important to, it's harder to see somebody across the world than it is somebody in your own home. So if you wanted to see it as sort of like a ripple effect, like if you're throwing a pebble into a pond and how it ripples out. Okay, so starting with your home and just envisioning healing within your home, and that everybody in your home is cleansed, and that, it's just pushing out any, any negative germs and illnesses and things like that. And then just pushing that out, out to the world as far as you can possibly imagine it. And you can even put, a globe, if you have a little globe or something that represents the whole planet, on your altar, so that way you can focus on it going out throughout the world. Okay, but I think that just all of us focusing on trying to heal this, while doing the common sense thing of not being around each other, of washing your hands, of, oh my gosh, it was a good thing it was a nice day today so that I could open up the windows, because I have been using so much garlic, and I posted about that. That was one of the cards for the day, a few days ago, about how healing garlic is. So if you have any fresh garlic, just using that in your cooking, um, and just doing those common sense things as well as doing the energy work. Okay. And also just envisioning protection around all vulnerable people. Okay. And beings, and that I'm including animals there. Because I mean, like I said, I don't remember what I was dreaming about. I probably don't want to remember, but it was very much, I was in panic mode when I woke up, and it was worrying about everybody that was in a bad situation, and especially children. I mean, at least women can leave, but sometimes, children, they can't just up and leave, because they are not adults. And so just trying to put protection around women and children and animals, anybody that is being abused, just trying to focus that energy on there. So let me see, was there anything else? You can also put any crystals on your altar that, I was talking a little bit last week about some of the crystals that can help you with any depression and anxiety and things like that. A really good crystal that is a good cleanser, if you have it and you want to put it on your altar specifically for this healing altar, is citrine. Citrine is a type of, it's in the quartz family, and it is actually an amethyst that has been transmuted. So it is a cleanser, and it actually cleanses other crystals. So if you have any other crystals, you can always just set them next to it, and it is a natural cleanser for other crystals too. So just think of it, it's citrine. It's just like citrus. It's the orange, the lemons, and how cleansing all of those fruits are. So, having crystals, having candles, having any pictures, and even if you have kids, having kids draw pictures. I've always, had my kids draw any pictures of any of the Sabbats or anything that we're focusing on, and that way we can just have their pictures. It's just part of it, that they're putting their energy into that as well. So don't think that this is only an adult thing, okay? Because kids, boy, do they have a lot of energy, right? They may not know how to direct it, but, if you give them, hey, can you draw the world, or can you draw whatever it is, having kids help out making altars. Actually, they love doing that. They really, really do. So I think that that was pretty much what I was needing to cover for tonight. And so some people are doing this healing, just taking a moment and pausing and sending out this ripple of energy about 7 o'clock at, I guess, 7 o'clock your own time. So I guess that it would maybe be, different times, for the different time zones. But 7 o'clock, if you're at home and you're not working or anything like that, just taking a moment to, light a candle, light some incense if you wish, but just really just focusing on that healing of the world, of the people, sending out that healing and protection around the world. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. And like I said, I have that list of goddesses is in my notes section on my Andarta page. But if you can't find it, just let me know and I can send you a link to that. And I'm also, rather than just scheduling one class on Saturdays, because it sort of dawned on me on Saturday that since we're not in regular normal time of anything, that usually Saturday mornings and afternoons are the best times for me to do classes. But right now, with people having their kids at home and everything like that, that maybe it's not the best. So what I'm doing, and plus Zoom is actually limiting how many people you can even have a chat in. So I'm sort of really limited to how many people I can have in there anyway. So just message me. So this week I am still doing the meditation class. So if you're really needing some help learning how to meditate, just contact me and we will schedule something. And and if you have any questions about anything, just let me know. Okay, you can message me or email me. And, if I get more information, or if there's something else that's important, I'll be coming back again on next Wednesday. Okay, but if you can just sort of like send out that energy every night until we get rid of this virus, then I think that would be a step in the right direction. It's not just about the individual. It's about everybody joining together, sending all of our energy out together. Okay. So you all have I hope that you're all healthy. I hope that you're all safe and that you have everything that you need. I think that the initial panic is over. I think more of the panic is now, are we going to be forced back into work next week? Because, that's been a major political thing going on right now. Regardless of what happens in your life, especially next week, I hope that you are safe and you are healthy, and just, take care out there, okay? Blessed be. All right, bye-bye.